All right, Chita Craft joins us now. And Chita, it was hot early this morning. Hot. Very early. Is that going to stay throughout the day?
Yeah, I know. And really looking ahead to our next 7 days, we don't have that much of a pattern change. Maybe this weekend we can shave off a couple degrees, but it's not much. Take a look at our temperature trend here. Today 99, tomorrow 98. But I do want you to keep in mind for the first week of August, it's supposed to be hot. Our average this time of the year is 96. So, and we're looking at high temperatures around 98, 99. I know it's hot, it's humid, but it's almost about right for this time in August, which is wild. Now, if this is your last week, maybe your kiddo goes back to school next week. Galveston could be a great spot to head. Look at all the cars. I always love to see this, how it's just bumper to bumper along Seawall Boulevard, even at noon. Lots of people outside on the water. Winds are mostly calm. They're a little bit stronger than yesterday, and that's actually helping to mix out some of that ozone at the lower levels. So throughout the day today, hopefully you won't see, as much haze as what we saw yesterday, kind of sitting on the skyline. We don't have that air quality alert today. Live look over the Med Center, over Herman Park. Great day to go out there. Just a hot day. I mean, temperatures are in the low 90s for your lunchtime hour. Feels like temperatures in the 100s. So as you're out and about, that's what it's feeling like. Even when you see the double digits come in for the actual reading, you're like, hey, okay, Sugarland, you're feeling like 103. Tomball feeling like 102 at lunchtime. So this afternoon, think heat index or feels like temperatures around 105 to 106. Your hour by hour planner, we peak in the mid to upper 90s. Typically, we reach our high temperature of the day between about 3 to 5 p.m. So you may want to limit the outside time for the afternoon. And then once we get into the evening hours, temperatures dropping to the 80s. But next night, mainly dry conditions, and skies will continue to clear. The rain chance, the peak time frame for that is about 4 to 8, and you have a 20% chance for that isolated shower to an isolated thunderstorm. Not much though. Okay, we repeat this for your Wednesday. I did pop in tomorrow a 30% chance. It looks a little bit more overall in coverage, but still very isolated. So, you may go the next couple days without any rain. Maybe by the upcoming weekend, that's when you get your spotty shower. No active heat alerts across the entire southeast. It is still the desert southwest. You see that pink? That's an extreme heat warning. Brutal right now across portions of Arizona and Southern California. Look at Vegas, 113 today. Phoenix at 110 today. So extreme heat across the desert southwest. I will take our upper 90s here locally. No activity across the Atlantic basin. Check out the tropics for you. A big reason for that, Saharan dust. Even today, I would say if you see a little haze across your skyline later this afternoon or evening, it's because of the Saharan dust. It's not that bad. It's not going to change our air quality. We have a big push, though, across the Atlantic basin. Watch how this just kind of sits across the Atlantic, moves just off the coast of Africa. Now, sometimes what can happen is as that Saharan dust moves offshore into the open waters of the Atlantic, it actually can create a wave, and that sometimes can transition to tropical activity. When it rides, though, in that mid to upper levels of the atmosphere, it actually shears the tops of those thunderstorms off, so it limits storm formation. That's why we're pretty quiet across the Atlantic right now. My allergy suffers. I check in with the pollen every day. Your grass, ragweed, mold spores, all at medium levels. So just kind of keep that in mind. I know oftentimes you think of high pollen days for your fall or your spring, but summertime can have that as well. So if you have a child that has high allergies, that ragweed or the grass could be an irritant for them. Through the weekend, think mid-90s. So that's good news. But that isolated rain chance continues almost every day. But tracing, it's just a pretty steady pattern. Even over the next 7 days, we keep it real steady.
All right, staying steady. No more roller coaster, at least not for now.
Not for now. That's right.
All right, thanks so much, Chita.
Sure.